Welcome back! Fighting a boss now. It's not an incredibly difficult boss. I just have to break all of its legs, and then it goes into its second phase, and then I break its other parts. This is a rather spoilerific playthrough, isn't it?
What do you mean?
I just kind of tell you what's going to happen before I make it happen.
I do the same thing in Mario Sector. It's not that bad.
Alright, you could maybe not shoot me like that.
Yeah,
I want to shoot
I also
you
just
like
remembered I did not tell the Chad drum set story.
from the last LP?
From the last LP.
Dude, hit me.
It was this recording session.
It was earlier today, yes. Because we recorded the finale of Spider-Man 2 and this episode and probably the next episode of this series all on the same day.
Yeah. So basically what happens is, first off, I'm a drummer. I've been drumming since I was like 6 years old. Excuse me, ish, somewhere around there. And I
that hit me in
fucking
the
love
face.
it. And I also love that. But
Me getting hit in the face?
no, hitting you in the face.
I mean, probably both.
Yeah, it's fair. But I always had this really crappy drum set. First off, I was using my stepdad's drummers, because he had a band. I was using his drum set whenever he would come over. And my stepdad was like, well, I gotta buy you a drum set. But he was like, I don't have a lot of money, so he spent like $250 and bought me this. It had two toms, two mounted toms, one floor tom, a kick bass, and a shitty old snare, one cymbal stand, and one hi-hat stand.
Still, spending $250 to buy a 6-year-old a drum set is pretty cool.
Yeah. I wasn't 6.
Oh.
I was 12.
Oh. Well, either way.
Either way, still really cool. I still fucking loved the thing, and I beat the crap out of it. I mean, I played it all the time.
That's what you tend to do with drums.
The only issue was we had a ringing problem with all the drums. So if you've ever bought a new kick drum, you'll notice that you have to put blankets in there or something in there to keep it from ringing, because it'll ring through its own drum because there's no buffer in there to make it work better for like marching bands. Marching bands don't put those in there because they have to be loud and they have to be heard throughout the whole stadium, so the ringing doesn't really affect people in the stadiums and near them. But when you're on a set and you have mics right next to it...
By the way, the mech is not very happy with me right now. It just stood up.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, right?
It
has a head now.
It's a mini head. I love it.
That's not good.
But, so you gotta put the buffer. So for the buffer, we had to tape washcloths to the top of the drums. It was on the snare, it was on all three toms, and we had to put a ton of blankets inside the,
This doesn't give people motion sickness. I'm sorry for interrupting.
You're
I just
fine.
had a thought. This could very well give people motion sickness. I should put a motion sickness warning at the beginning of episode 1.
You should.
I'll put it in the screen.
Put it on screen and in the description.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Because some people don't read the description, even though they should.
I usually glance at it about halfway through a video.
I try to read it as much as I can.
I don't read it right away, but I always read it.
Yeah.
Anyway, story.
And so, as much of fun as that drum set was, it was getting old, because at this point now... No, I was wrong. I got it at 10, not 12. My bad. But as much as it was getting... I had just turned 19, so this drum set that was already at least 10 years old has gained another 9 years on it.
Hey, guess what? Ready for this? Platinum Games is quite famous for badass QTEs and amazing boss finishers.
They're so good. I'm letting this live its glory before I finish the story.
Hey, guess what? Have this. I don't need it. Yo, what's up? I'm sorry, were you using that?
Sorry. But, this drum set was getting old, and it was showing its age. And, the way it showed its age fully, and I'm sad to say it, I broke the snare drum. The snare drum, I was just pounding away, and I just went down for a big roll. And I mean, it wasn't middle of the roll, it wasn't at the very end. It was the very first note, the very first 16th note, bang. Drum stick goes right through the whole snare drum. And I'm just like, I just fucking broke my snare drum.
Could you not, like, replace the head on the drum, or?
No, because it was an old snare.
Oh.
It was, the snare was older than the drum set itself, plus my age. It was a 70s drum, snare drum that Chad lent me because the first one broke because its locking mechanism didn't break right. In case you're wondering what I mean by locking mechanism, on the bottom of a snare, it has these little beads that make you do the snare thing. You take it off, you can have an extra tom, it's called a mini tom, or if you put the snares back on, it becomes the snare drum.
Ow.
It was also before they made the white head of the snare drum, so this was a very old snare. It had no white head, it just had a clear head, just like every other drum. And the white canvas head makes sure it doesn't break. That.
I hear washing your pores frequently can help deal with that.
Yeah.
I broke it.
So, I break the snare drum. He broke a mech. Like I broke the snare drum. Only the snare drum was a lot more climactic than that. And
was it?
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't have a house.
Pretty sure you wouldn't have a house if that exploded next to it either.
Fuck you talking about?
Oh yeah, this tracks your total time to completion, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. It just keeps adding up your total score and kill count and play time as you play through the game. So you can actively see it going up.
So, anyways.
I've opened the main gate.
That drum set broke before school's out. So I'm going to take a tangent for a minute. Because it makes...
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to take a tangent because I was in something called Skills USA, which is a club that I had through my
Did
career
they pay
center.
the bills?
No.
We're still working on that at Dark.
What's the point?
Technically, they paid their bills to EHOP, but they didn't pay my bills, which I asked, and they said no. And I was like,
Skills, please.
pay my bills. But I was in a group project called the Arts and Communications Group Project. Good job, Dane. Good fucking English.
You're going to be with friendlies ahead.
And we had to make a video for NASA Plumbrook Station in Sandusky, Ohio. If you don't know what NASA Plumbrook Station is, it's just basically a NASA research center in Sandusky, Ohio.
I knew someone who interned there.
Really?
Yeah.
They shot the first scene of the Avengers in the dome
I knew that.
where Nick Fury's talking. It's really cool. I was actually in Sandusky, Ohio, and I saw all these vans at NASA Plumbrook. And I looked at it and I asked my dad, I was like, Dad, what's going on? He's like, probably something blew up. And then years later I watched Avengers and I was just like,
That probably didn't have anything to do with that.
what?
Start. So, did you hear him?
No?
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
And they do.
Out of the way. Out of the way.
How great is
That's
that?
beautiful. That's really attention to detail.
Mass
I love
Effect
it.
1 does that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
If you aim at a squad mate, they won't say anything, but they'll just crouch. Which makes it really hard to fuck around and shoot squad mates and make their shields pop in. But, you know, I find a way. It's actually not that hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna go play through those again later.
Do it. I've done it dozens of literally dozens of times.
I know.
Not an exaggeration. Excuse me while I do my sniper rifle melee.
That's also awesome. Anyways, moving on. I did this video, this training video for guests who were coming into NASA Plumbrook Station because they have had people actually get injured and one guy died because they kept looking over fences into very big chambers that went like almost a mile underground.
I don't know if you've been paying any attention, but for the last 30 seconds I've just been sitting here transforming my gun because I love that. Look at that.
That's really awesome. I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
I know.
I know, but I get it. It's this. They
The
have
story matters. It doesn't, but it does. So.
but I have to explain the Skills USA part, or else it doesn't make sense.
Hey, fuck you.
And so we went to.
Hey, fuck you.
We made the video, and then our teacher asked us, "Do you want to go to a Skills USA thing for that?" And we said, "No, thanks. We want to work on Business Professionals of America, the other club we were in." And she said, "Okay, cool." And then we did Business Professionals of America, and we went down to State, which is in Columbus.
Also, I can totally do flip kicks. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
Okay, cool.
I'm still
gonna die.
watching,
I'm gonna
and
die.
I'm
I'm gonna
loving
die. Flip kicks are dangerous. Oh, shouldn't do that. Yeah, that was a mistake.
And so,
Just gonna chill here.
we went to Business Professionals of America. We went to State down in Columbus, Ohio, in the Inn Suites in the Drury and the Hyatt, which is where it's held. In case you're wondering, I don't know why. I explained it. I'm so off topic, but I promise it makes sense.
Story.
So Skills USA had the same thing. They had a regional
Didn't
and
finish the
state.
Chad story either.
This is part of this chat
Oh,
story.
right,
It
right,
has.
okay.
It has. There's a reason. So Skills USA has the same thing, and we asked our teacher not to put us in Skills USA. She said okay. She didn't listen. She put us through the regional thing anyways, which we don't have to go to. We just have to send in a submission. Well, we got first at
Fuck
regionals
you!
for some reason. We worked half-assedly on this video project. And then she told us she sent it in, and we're like, cool. And then we went.
Nothing will come of that.
We went to state, and we're like, we won't get anywhere in state. And they're pulling out the names for state. Who's getting what? Who's getting first and second? Like, they haven't done first and second. They did third. Third was somebody from our team, our high school, Ehovie Career Center. And then second was the booth literally right next to us. Did you ever meet Max Hess?
No.
No.
You mentioned him.
He was in the booth right next to us. So I met a guy I became friends with at college, literally almost a full year and a half before, just because, why not? And want me to stop talking?
No, you're good.
Um,
The plot in this game is just evil Russian guy. Stop him. They never had a sequel, so.
okay.
You want me to sacrifice an entire unit to help 3 men? No, me do it. You just keep your eyes off my ass.
You can continue your story.
I just wanted to hear. I hate you.
I'm Steve Bloom.
So, as well, they
Enemy
in
transport.
Skills USA, we went to state. We got first in state. We weren't expecting to, but we were like, you know what? We'll take it. We'll go to nationals. So we had to make like stickers and stuff. The only problem with nationals is we were graduating from high school that year, and we don't get to be in the Ehovie Career Center high school division after high school. So we literally had to go on a school trip halfway through the month of June. No, it was almost the end of June. We were going on a school trip. And I was turning 19 on that school trip.
I turned 18 my senior year.
I turned 18 the summer before my senior year. I am
Push a button.
fucked.
You know, I think that shock treatment actually fixed my back problems.
Bet you can get one of those
But,
things on eBay.
Film references eBay.
But besides that, we went to state, and we did state. So, but I had a graduation party going on because I didn't know I'd be going to state, and that had already been planned. So this graduation party is planned for the day I get back. So I fly in. I have to fly out for Kansas City. I have to get to Ehovie by like 3 a.m. to be able to get to on the bus to get to the airport. And then on the flight back, I have to fly out at 4 a.m. and get to the Cleveland Hopkins Airport. I got to get to the Cleveland Airport, and then got to take my car, drive out of Cleveland, Ohio, drive to bless you,
Yeah.
drive to Norwalk, Ohio, to pick up my at the time girlfriend, so that she can come to the graduation party with me, where she ultimately breaks up with me because she says I wasn't around enough during the summer trip I was on, and I'm like, that's fine, eat a dick. Moving on. At that graduation party,
Obvious joke is obvious.
yeah. At that graduation party, my stepdad's drummer comes up to me, and he has this big van of just one drum set. It's a vintage 1979 Pearl White Rogers drum set with 2 cymbal weights, 6 toms altogether, 2 floors, 4 mounted, a big, nice 23.5-inch diameter kick bass drum, beautiful cloth tip kick, Weather King snare, the works. I loved it. This thing is worth $1,900 at its very cheapest. And he says, you can have it for your graduation present, but you have to pay me a little bit of money for it. And I was like, okay, I got it. And
What? Oh, okay. Cover hop, please. Thank God, that's what I was trying to do.
I was like, okay, that's fine. And I'm like, how much do you want for it, Chad? He's like, well, give me 200. I'm like, that's a friggin' steal. That's a very nice drum set for 200. And I was like, but I just don't have 200 at the time. And he's like, well, all right, I guess I'll have to haul it home, man. I'm sorry. And I was like, damn, that's okay. Little did I know, him and Don have already worked it out.
Of course they have.
And he's giving it to me anyway.
You would bring that thing all the way there.
But I'm an idiot, and
No,
so
I
I'm
mean,
like,
yeah,
I didn't connect the dots or anything.
Fuck.
And then
Oh.
they all set up this. They set up this band thing, and Chad's playing on the
Nope,
drums.
nope. Oh. Oh.
Chad's playing on the drum set because he's the drummer of this cover band. They're just having a good time. And they tell me to come up and just jam with them. Just do one song for a minute. I was like, okay. I come up and I play a song and I have a really good time. And then Chad gets up and comes over and he's like, hey, I just got to grab my stuff. And all he grabs is his drummer's chair and walks away. And I'm like, Chad, you're missing your drum set. He's like, it's not my drum set, it's your drum set. And I'm just like, I didn't pay for it. And Don's like, I did, like 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, I cried. I actually cried. It was awesome. I played it 3 days in a row.
I mean,
almost
yeah.
straight. It was so good. I went out and bought new drumsticks. I went out, I bought drum polish. I went and got a drum key. I went and got new drum screws. I tightened everything. I made sure this thing was beautiful. And I'm really sad to see it whenever I go home because it's all put up.
And like dusty.
It's dusty, and I'm just like, I just don't have the space to have it. If I could just store it somewhere, I'd bring it. But I don't have anything, so I'm saving up some money to get a big drum chest. Which
Nice.
Which are almost $1,000 for something like that.
Right.
It's
A nice
padded.
one.
Yeah. It's double-deckered, it's padded, it's on wheels. It's really nice.
There was a reason I ran over to this side of this platform, and I can't remember what it was.
Jump into one of the fans.
I can't jump. Can you blup, 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 blup,
Right,
blup.
blup in one of the fans.
I'll blup wherever I want to blup.
Okay, fair.
I just remembered a game feature. Oh, shit. What's the button? I can't. Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna have a smoke real quick. Toss that out there. Oh, that wasn't enough. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go.
You are a cigarette waster.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
As an ex-smoker myself, I'm angry at you. You're wasting this much fucking money.
As a non-smoker myself,
You don't care.
good.
Yeah.
You should be angry.
Also, as an ex-smoker, why are you smoking?
Space smoking. If the elusive man taught me anything, it's that it only looks cool and has no harmful effects whatsoever.
Yep, that's it. That's why I started smoking.
Because of the elusive man.
Because of Sanji from One Piece.
God damn it.
I'm not kidding.
You impressionable piece of shit.
I was 15,
Look,
and I'm impressionable now.
we've all made decisions in our lives based on what fictional characters have done. And I'm not going to say what mine was, but it's had a major impact on my appearance. Not my clothing, but my physical appearance for my entire life. It's not my hair. You will literally never guess.
I won't. I'm not gonna ask.
It's impossible. I'll tell everyone someday, but like I think only like 2 people actually know what it is, and neither of them remember or care. Because one of them is an ex, and I know there was one other person, and I don't remember who it was. Which means they probably don't remember either. So yeah, the purpose of the cigarettes is so I can light one up and toss it over there and distract the robots who use thermal imaging so they don't see me coming.
That's actually really cool.
Because you know,
Don't smoke.
Well, there's also another really cool little combo of things you can do with the abilities in this game that I'm going to show you as soon as I find an enemy that's not way up that. Can I jump up? Yes, I can. Hey, what's up, bitch? Alright, you're mean. I don't like you. He's dead now.
This is gonna be
Want
fun.
that. I want to go down here. Okay, there... Robot.
Also, one thing I want to mention.
Spoder bit! Spoder bit! Oh, right. The cover bit. If I throw an EMP grenade...
I want to mention, when I played, like, with that drum set, when I jammed out with the band,
This. and then I can do this shit in midair.
It was amazing.
Right?
And I loved it.
This is such a fun game.
I love Japanese games.
This is one of the most Western Japanese games out there that isn't made by Kojima.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that has nothing to do with Kojima, but it's Platinum, and they made Rising, so they have something to do with Kojima. I hit that from here. You were saying?
And I was playing drums, and my my girlfriend at the time was like, "Wow, you're really good at drums," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I've been playing literally over 10 years. I've had some practice." She's like, "But when you're at home and you're practicing, you're just like offbeat." And I'm like, "Yeah, because you're there. I'm not gonna like go insane in practice. When I actually practice at home, I have earplugs because cymbals are loud." Like, but like I guess no one noticed that I also put earplugs in when I played with the band
A lot of people do that.
because earplugs are loud.
Earplugs are loud, Dane.
Fuck.
You're right.
Cymbals are fucking loud and they hurt your ears like a monster.
Bet they're not as loud as earplugs.
No.
That's the real dangerous shit.
Yeah. 189,000
That's why when you wear earplugs, you make sure you're shooting. That way the sound of the gun drowns out the sound of the earplugs. Yeah, all right.
Is that the disc launcher that Nerf sold for like 2 minutes? And then shamelessly were like, "Look, we sold this," and we're like, "Yeah, we remember it sucked," and they're like, "Sorry."
Did you see that?
No.
Wait, we have to help them, and he's just like, "Fuck those idiots." We'll cover them from above. Alright, I guess I'll go up. Hip. So I could grab the sniper rifle. Or I could use this. But I know what you're really wondering. What's the melee attack for the disc launcher?
I wasn't wondering.
You should. You should always wonder that when I pick up a new gun. I might
wondering.
die figuring this out. But,
Oh, gears.
yeah, pretty much.
Which is fun.
It really is. Zoom.
Gears is a good.
All of them are.
Also, so I was looking through my old, like, I had a Facebook post that was like, "Here's your memory." Apparently, I've played Gears of War 2 before and beaten it.
Yeah, I was incredibly surprised when you said you hadn't.
I don't remember it.
Pip, I mean, did we beat it together? We did not finish it yet.
No. We finished Gears 1.
Oh yeah, well, easily.
Yeah. But like apparently I was like looking through my Facebook posts, I'm like, did I played Gears 2? And sure enough, apparently I did. I look back on my Xbox history. Sure enough, I did play Gears 2. I'm like, when did I just didn't, it's not there. It's nowhere in my memory.
That's strange because Gears 2 is considered by many to be the best game in the series. Now, I will agree that it's probably the best balance of Gears and Gears, but I think 3 is the best balance of Gears and of War.
Mendez.
Just gonna toss a bunch of grenades. Just so many grenades. And then abuse the shit out of the fact that I tossed a bunch of grenades by doing this. Shooting him in the weak point. Switching to the disc launcher.
You really, it looks like you're just a badass the whole time.
Right? Oh, it's so great.
Awesome.
And the only game that Platinum made that I really didn't think was quite as good as the rest, the Legend of Korra game, was kind of trash.
That was Platinum?
That was Platinum. Yeah, they kind of rushed that shit out real quick.
Oh, they did.
I don't blame them. No, I mean, Korra's great. It's fantastic.
Legend of Korra is awesome.
But they didn't. I don't think they got paid a whole lot to make that.
I think Nickelodeon was like, here's like $8.
$8. Thump. Didn't make a whole lot of thumping.
I thought it was at 69. I was gonna be happy. But it's at 68.
You don't know that. It's gone now. You can't prove that it said 68. He's dead.
Oh, he is way soup's dead.
Yeah, I don't wear a helmet. Makes it hard to see snipers.
Burns, take the squad down the low road.
It's a Gears of War 2 reference. Burns the Hedgehog over here. Oh, here's a fun exercise for you who may or may not be watching this. Type in any name and then the words The Hedgehog into Google Images. Any name. It's an experience. Dane is doing so right now. Dane, if you're going to do your name, I can tell you I've done it, and it's pretty interesting. Jeff Gold... Oh, that's going to be... Chef Goldblum the Hedgehog.
Have you done this one yet?
Yes. Yes, I have.
I'm offline. What do you mean I'm
Hey.
offline?
You just not have internet or something?
No, it says I'm connected to your internet.
That's strange. So, the disc launcher may be fun, but it's really not that good. This game has some bullet hellish aspects to it. Excuse me.
Should I go to images?
Yes, yes, you do. You always go to images when you're searching things. Yes.
Did you put in my full name or just my first name?
Just your first name.
Look at you all born again hard. Hope you can keep it up.
Dave.
Dave the Hedgehog. I don't know if you get a whole lot of results
What?
for Dave. Right? It's just people's furry OCs. I don't have anything against furries, but Hedgehog OCs are just funny.
They are.
They're the Sonic communities. Its own beast.
There's only one OC community that I find funnier. And that's pony OCs.
But it'll do.
Because they're really... There's two types of them. There's the ones that are bad, and I'm sorry. They're bad.
Dane is welcome to the resident brony segment of the show.
Yeah.
You can pay me back.
They're conceptual-wise, art. Go for it. Drawing-wise, MS Paint,
Son of a
barely passable.
I'm sorry, have you scrolled through the Hedgehog posts?
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. If Ringo Starr saw them, because he worked through MS Paint, he would be like, "What is this garbage?" And you'd be like,
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, I'm gonna... I need to get out of here before I... Oh, nope. Nope. Garbage.
Anyway, I'm not... Again. But, I guess...
Again.
I'd have to say, probably the hog community, little worse.
The what?
The hedgehog community.
Oh, the
hedgehog
hog community.
Hedgehog community.
The fans of them
OCs.
Harleys.
The hedgehog OC community. I'm going to have to say, rethinking about it, it is the worst. But, that's only because the fucking Sonic almost always sucks now.
Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is pretty great.
Is it?
It's pretty great.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
No, I'm not being sarcastic.
Okay,
Sonic Mania is pretty great.
good.
Because I grew up with a Super Nintendo, not a Genesis, so I didn't play a lot of early Sonic. But the one I did play the most was Sonic 2. And it's so much fun, dude. Mania, you have a Switch. If you're going to get it on anything, you should definitely get it on your Switch.
I was planning on getting it on Switch.
Good. And, tell you what. We will continue next time. See you tomorrow.
Bye.